So, welcome. Good morning, everyone. Um, Yay, so excited to, well, I don't know. Like, God damn it, why did I say that we would do a power class so early? And well, it's part of it, so it'll just be really sweaty. I don't love this background, but I wanted you to be able to see me, so you still get a little bit of the palm trees and the sun in the background. So just come to a nice comfortable seat and roll your shoulders down your spine. And start taking some nice long slow deep breaths. So inhale, fill up the belly, fill up the chest. And exhale, let it all out. And just find yourself arriving, whether you've been up already for a while or you're just waking up. Just come to this moment, come to your mat. Notice the sits bones touching the ground and any other parts of your body. So for me, I feel like the outer knees, my ankles, my outer feet. Find yourself coming into center, like inside yourself. Notice the center of your body. I always think of it as on like the inside of my spine, and then I follow my spine up and down, and I call that my center. It's the place I breathe into. I really do like to talk about the whole concept of awareness versus experience. So come to that idea. And just notice that key fact, the idea of awareness, the idea of experience, really means that you are not your body. In yogic philosophy, this is the vehicle that takes us through, the 80, let's just round it to the 80 years here on Earth. This round, this is your vehicle for that time. So if you are not your body, then who are you? And I pose that question, and I encourage you to say, who am I? Every time I'm like, who are you? Think, who am I? Who am I? Who am I? If I'm not my body, who am I? In this modern day age, it's like the West, to me, my idea is like North America can be so obsessed with the idea of what looks good physically, right? And if we don't think that we do, then we're unhappy And we take that to be like about ourselves, like you are your body. And what if you just step back from that? You're not your body. Your body is what houses you. Your body is what carries you. So who are you? And just sit with that. Repeat that over and over again. Who am I? Who am I? Who am I? And many thoughts might come up. I'll call them labels. I am a woman. I am 41. I am a yoga teacher. I am a mother. I am a sister. I am a daughter. I am a friend. Right? We can go on and on. I am Canadian. And the idea is that you are also not those things. In yoga, in Sanskrit, the response is neti neti. Not this, not that. So who am I? I am a mother, neti neti. Just start to realize that these are actually labels, usually attached to societal unspoken agreements of what that makes you be, some rules that you've subscribed to. Who am I? Who am I? Who am I? Who am I? Because you are not really any of those things. Those are labels. They come with rules and expectations and ideas. Attachments. Who am I? Some may say that you are your emotions. Have you ever been in a situation in which you've choked back tears? Have you ever felt anger bubbling up inside of you? Because you can be aware, because you can notice and control, this means you are not your emotions. So who are you? Who am I? Who am I? Who am I? You are not your emotions. You have emotions. Just like you are not your body, you have a body. So who are you? Who am I? Who am I? Many people are very attached to their thoughts. Many people will think negative things like, I am not funny, or I am bad at singing, and then think that they are those things. But because you observe your thoughts, because you can change your thoughts, you are not your thoughts. So who are you? Who am I? Who am I? Who am I? Just keep asking yourself, who am I? Every answer that comes up, netty, netty, not this, not that. Who am I? Who am I? Who am I? You are not your body, you are the observer of your body. The body houses you. Who am I? You are not your emotions. You have emotions. You are the observer of your emotions. Who am I? Who am I? You are not your thoughts. You are the observer of your thoughts. Who am I? 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 Have you been identifying with labels? Have you been identifying with your body, your thoughts, your emotions? Are you able to see them as separate from who you truly are? Who am I? And then just allow the question even to fade away, to float off into the distance. And come back to your center. Come back to your mat and come back to this moment. And feel free to just readjust. Come to a nice, comfortable seat if you're not there already. Sukhasana or easy cross-legged pose. And then inhale and bring both of your arms up over your head, reach up high. And exhale, bring your left hand to the mat beside you. Lean over, reach to the side. Continue to breathe and just start gently. Just start by waking up, opening up the side of your body. Reach both of your knees for the mat and turn your head and your chest to look up. And only if it feels good, then feel free to bend a little bit deeper and reach a little bit further. And feel the stretch up the side of your body from your hip all the way to the tips of your fingers. Take one more breath here. And inhale, make your way through center, reach up as high as you can. And exhale to the other side. Same, just start out gently. Start by breathing. Reach your knees to the mat, turn your head and your chest to look up. And feel the stretch of this side of the body. If it feels good, then feel free to bend a little deeper and reach a little further. And just remember that you don't want to be opening up or going too deep. Alignment is what's important here to keep your body safe, to open up in the best way for you. So anytime you start to feel you're compromising integrity for going deeper, then just back off a little bit. One more breath here. Inhale, bring both of your arms up over your head, reach up really high. And exhale your hands to heart center. And bring the soles of your feet together in front of you and pull your heels in towards your groins. And sit up nice and tall. Inhale, lengthen your spine. So imagine that there's a string being pulled from your crown. And on your exhale, fold from the hips and bring your chest down towards your feet, down towards the ground. And then when you get as far as you can, just allow your head to hang and your shoulders to round. And breathe. And then plant your palms on the mat in front of you. And slowly come back up to seated and walk your hands all the way back behind you. Fingers pointing towards your body. Bring your shoulder blades to try to touch on your back and lift your chest up. Keep looking forward with your head. Breathe. Really feel your chest lifting, feel your shoulders opening. This is like an anti-pose to life. This is the opposite direction that we're usually facing. Take one more breath here. And then slowly come back up to seated. And bring your ankles out to the side and back behind you. Your hands to the mat in front of you, come up onto all fours. Spread your fingers wide and place your palms below your shoulders. And bring your knees below your hips. Put the weight into the tops of your feet. And then inhale, bring your belly towards the mat, look up at the ceiling. Exhale, push your hands away from, push the ground away from you, arch the back, and bring the top of your head to face the mat. And just continue to flow at your own pace, inhaling through cow and exhaling through cat. Really warming up, lubricating your spine. One more round. And on your next breath, bring your spine to neutral. Walk your hands forward a bit. Tuck your toes under and then lift your hips up into the air. Downward facing dog. Alternate the bend in your knees or walk out your dog. Just warming up the backs of your legs. And then bend the knees. Look up to the top of the mat and start to walk your feet up to meet your hands. Coming into forward fold, allow your head to hang and your shoulders to round. Option to keep your hands on the mat in front of you or take a hold of opposite elbows. Really breathe into the backs of your legs, feeling the hamstrings stretch. And also notice with the head hanging down towards the ground, that space actually can come in between the vertebrae. Just allowing a release of pressure. When you are ready, bring your hands back down to the mat in front of you. Spread your fingers wide and put your wrists in front of your toes. Put the weight into your left foot and bring your right leg up into the air behind you. Before you think about reaching that leg up as high as you can, think about keeping the hips square or even. What happens a lot is that because it's called standing splits, many people will reach that leg up. And if you can see me, then you'll notice that I'm like opening up the hips and my right hip is up higher than my left. This is not the pose. It's a cheat. Bring the hip back down, flex the right foot, and make sure that the toes are facing the ground and the heel is facing the ceiling. This is a good way to keep the hips even. Strengthen your standing leg, and you can do this by lifting your toes. Find your balance, and then strengthen the right leg, engage the bum, and lift the leg up into the air, keeping the hips even. Stay here, or if you're ready to take it to the next level, take a hold of your standing ankle. Because it's a strong class, because it's a power class. The next level is just once you feel strong and steady with the hands on the mat and the leg reaching up and the toes lifted, then you can take a hold of the ankle. But really find your strength in the pose before trying to take it beyond. And start to focus on your upper body. Inhale and lengthen your spine. And then exhale, bring your chest closer to your leg. Notice that when you do that, the back leg lifts up just a little bit higher. Keep the hips even. Take one more breath. And then bring the right foot back down and in line with the left foot. Forward fold, Uttanasana. Allow the head to hang, take a breath. Notice the difference in lengths of legs. And then switch sides, bring the hands back down to the mat. That means that if your palms aren't flat on the ground, bring them there and put a bend in the knees. Strengthen the right leg and bring the left leg up into the air behind you. Keep the hips even. Toes of the left foot are facing down towards the mat and the heel is up towards the ceiling. Breathe. Bring your attention to your standing leg, your right leg, and lift the toes. Keep the toes lifted. Notice this just made the pose, like this is next level. This just made the pose like 10 times harder. Once you have the toes lifted and you've found strength in your standing leg, pay attention to the leg that's up in the air. Flex the foot, engage all of the muscles in the left leg, and then reach the heel up even higher. Option to stay here, take a hold of the standing ankle. And then bring your attention to your upper body. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, forward fold. Standing splits, breathe. Think about all the cues, the body engaged, the body strong, the body reaching. And then slowly bring the left foot back down to the mat in line with the right and allow your head to hang. Forward fold. And slowly start to roll up. Allow your arms and your head to hang. Take your time coming to standing. Get your shoulders, roll your shoulders down your spine. Your head comes up last. Find your mountain pose. Feet hip distance apart. Toes lifted. Thighs and bum engaged. Belly pulling in towards the spine. Chest lifted. Palms face forwards, fingers spread wide. Body engaged. Inhale, bring your arms up over your head, reach for the sky. Exhale, fold at your hips and bring your hands to the mat in front of you. Inhale, look up halfway, plant your palms on your shins. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, step back to plank and stay here and breathe. Spread the fingers wide. Really push the ground away from you. And then do this, sag into the shoulder blades. And then push the ground away from you and bring the shoulder blades down the spine. Pull the belly button in towards the spine and pull the heels up over the balls of the feet. If your hips are sagging in any way, bring your knees down to the mat. And just notice, many people will bring their knees to the mat and they'll step the knees forward. So now you're just in table. Well, yeah, that's easy. But if you find your alignment in plank and then just bring your knees to the mat right where your feet are, like keep your feet right where they are, this is not an easy pose. Keep putting the weight into the knuckles. Keep breathing. Keep looking over the top of your mat. So like 6 inches above your mat. Breathe. One more inhale. And on the exhale, slowly lower your body down to the mat in one line. Untuck your toes, roll your shoulders down your spine. Inhale, lift up, baby cobra. Stay here. Keep the toes untucked and the legs engaged. Keep breathing. Keep the elbows in at the sides of the body. And if you want, you can lift your hands up off the mat. Notice that you're using just purely the muscles of your lower back. Keep the legs engaged. I cannot talk today. Breathe. We'll keep pulling the elbows in towards the body. Inhale, lift up just a little bit higher. And then exhale, slowly lower all the way down to the mat. Inhale, tuck your toes. Exhale, push up onto all fours. And then all the way up, downward facing dog. We will hold down dog for 2 minutes. What's really important, put the weight into the knuckles, not the heel of the hand. Your wrists will get sore very quickly. And breathe. Put a slight bend in the knees. Push your chest closer to your thighs. Allow your head to hang. Reach your sits bones up towards the ceiling and breathe. Halfway there. 3/4. And then slowly bend the knees, come down onto all fours. Take the knees out as wide as your mat. Bring your big toes together. Push your hips over your heels. Walk your hands out in front of you. Rest in child's pose. If you would like, flip the palms up to face the ceiling. Totally let go here. One more breath. Bend the elbows, plant the palms below the shoulders. And slowly come back up onto all fours. Walk the hands forward once again. Tuck the toes, lift back up, downward facing dog. Inhale and bend the knees, look to the top of the mat. Hop, step, or walk your feet up to your hands. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, look up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, bring your arms out and up. Reach up, look up. Exhale your hands to heart center. Just take a breath here. Inhale, bring your arms up over your head or reach up high. And exhale, bend into your knees and sit back into a chair. And then just look at your alignment. So number one, what happens a lot is people are bringing the bum down towards the ground. So notice the knees can project out way past the toes. Bring the knees back so that they don't extend past the toes. And put all of the weight into the heels and lift up your toes. And then think about that chair. Think about it being like right back there and just reach your bum back. Okay, this is the lower body part. Now engage the core and look up. You can bring your arms up over your head and bring your shoulder blades down your spine. Your arms can be parallel to your ears. Your arms can be on your hips if you want. Just breathe and really reach your bum back. Inhale, reach up a little higher. Exhale, sit back a little lower. Inhale, come into the heels. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, look up halfway, plant your palms on your shins. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, step back to plank. Exhale, lower halfway or all the way. Inhale, come up into cobra or upward facing dog. And exhale, down dog. Breathe. Inhale, bring your right leg up into the air behind you. And exhale, step it through between your hands. Bring your left foot out to touch the outer edge of your mat. Bring your foot at a 45-degree angle. Bend your front knee until it's over your ankle. And use the strength of your legs to bring your upper body up. Just be here for a moment. Put the weight into the back foot and bring the right hip forward, the left hip back. And then bend into the knee even more. Breathe. Notice what's happening with the belly. A lot of the time, there's this like want to expand. Pull the belly button in towards the spine, pull the ribs towards one another, and then option to bring the arms up over your head. Keep bending into the front knee. Option to lift the heel on the front foot and breathe. If your arms are over your head, spread your fingers wide and engage the arms. Keep bending into the front knee, breathe. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Plant your palms and step back to downward facing dog. You have an option. You can stay in down dog. You can come into child's, or you can vinyasa here. Vinyasa is plank, chaturanga, cobra or up dog, and down dog. Whatever you choose, let's meet in downward facing dog. Inhale, bring your left leg up into the air behind you. Exhale, step it through between your hands. Bring your back heel to the mat, your foot at a 45-degree angle, and step the right foot out to the right outer edge of your mat. Back foot at a 45-degree angle, front knee over your ankle, so your shin is vertical. Strengthen the legs and bring your upper body up. I like to put my hands on my hips and then feel like both hips are facing forward. They're facing the front of your mat. Put the weight into the back leg, pushing the right hip forward and the left hip back, and then just make sure to stay bent into that front knee. Really push yourself. Option to lift the front heel. Pull the belly button in towards the spine. Option to bring the arms up over the head. If you bring the arms up, spread the fingers, engage the arms, really reach and breathe. Keep bending into the front knee. Bend into the front knee even more. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, fold. Plant your palms, step back, downward facing dog. Same options. Child's pose, down dog, or vinyasa. Wherever you are, find yourself in downward facing dog. Let's take a breath together. Inhale, bend the knees, look to the top of the mat, hop, step, or walk your feet up to your hands. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, look up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sit back into the chair, lift the upper body up, continue to breathe. Think about all of those cueing instructions. Lift the toes, put the weight into the heels, Sit the bum back, pull the belly button in towards the spine, reach the arms up, engage the arms. It's like my favorite joke. God's gonna throw you a baby and you need to catch the baby. You don't need to keep it, you just need to catch it. So embrace, like, get ready for that. Breathe. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, stand up, arms at your sides. And just take a breath here. Nice work. Close your eyes. And lift up all 10 of your toes. And just sway from side to side and front to back. This is your daily reminder that regardless of what's going on at home, regardless of your support system, you always have stable ground below you that's here to help propel you forward on your path, always. Inhale, reach your arms up over your head. Reach tall. Exhale, bend into your knees, sit back into your chair. Put the weight into your left foot and reach your right foot up, and then slowly start to pivot and bring the back leg out, back behind you, nice and long, and slowly come down onto the ball of the back foot. So you land in high lunge. Pull the heel up over the ball of the foot and make sure the front knee is over the ankle. Breathe. Options for you. Stay right here. You can bring your arms up over your head. Remember, if you bring your arms into it, spread the fingers wide and engage the arms. You can bring the back knee to the mat and untuck the toes. You can also lower the knee to hover just above the mat. Keep pulling the heel up over the ball of the foot and keep putting the knee over the ankle. Find which one works for you and breathe. Spread the fingers wide. Engage the arms. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bring your hands to heart center. We're going to step forward. So put the weight into the left foot. Come back up onto the left leg. Step the right foot forward. Come back into squat. Into chair. Switch sides. Put the weight into the right foot. Start to pivot. Bring the left leg up into the air behind you. Bring it out nice and long. And then come back onto the ball of the back foot. Front knee over the ankle, shin vertical. Breathe. Pull the heel up over the ball of the foot. Look forward. Same option. So you can stay here in high lunge. You can bring your arms up over your head. You can bring the back knee down to the mat, or you can hover the back knee just off the mat. Whatever intensity level you're looking for, just breathe. If your arms are overhead, spread the fingers, engage the arms. And we'll step forward again. Do it as slow as you can. Put the weight into the right foot, lean forward, step the left foot back, come back into chair, reach the arms up, look up. Inhale, stand up, arms up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Nice work. Take a breath. And then bring your feet, heel toe them away from each other just a little bit so that your feet are actually wider than hip distance. What we're gonna do is we're gonna squat all the way down onto our bums, and we're gonna try to do it without touching the ground. But remember, you can. We're just working on it. So inhale, bring your arms up over your head, reach up high. And then exhale, bend into the knees and start to bring the bum down towards the mat. Take your time, go as slow as you can. And then see if you can just get your bum onto the mat. It's the last millimeter for me, and then come down to seated. Bring the soles of the feet onto the mat, bend the knees, sit on your bum, and take a hold of underneath your knees. And then come up to that magical balancing point on your sits bones. No, actually don't. Come back down, bring the feet back down, take a hold of under the knees, and then lift your chest. Lift your chest and push your belly towards your thighs. Feel this. It's almost like a seated cow. And then do the opposite. Start to round the spine, pushing the belly away from the thighs, making like a C. It's like a seated cat. All right, so do that a few times. Inhale, seated cow. Exhale, seated cat. Inhale, seated cow. Exhale, seated cat. Amazing. Now let's come to the balance point. Bring the feet up into the air and bring the feet up to eye height, eye level, and bring the knees together. And then notice, like right off the bat, the back wants to round, right? It wants to go into cat. So can you keep it lifted? Can you keep yourself in a seated cow with your feet or your toes up at eye level and your knees touching? So another thing that happens is people want to rush to like full boat, but they're losing the integrity of the spine while they do it. They're losing the integrity of the posture, and they're focused more on what they look like than what's actually happening in the body. So the body doesn't strengthen, it actually weakens because we don't have the proper alignment. So we're hurting ourselves. So keep focusing on the knees touching. Keep the toes at eye level and keep lifting the chest. And once you have that, then if you want to reach the hands for the feet, that's cool. But for me, notice my knees open right away. So my focus here is to keep those knees together and keep the chest lifted. And then stay here. Anytime you want to come out, feel free. Keep pulling the belly button in towards the spine. And let's learn something called the floint. The floint is a flex and a point in the feet. So we point the feet and then we flex the toes. It's like you're pushing on the gas pedal. You're pushing through the ball of your foot. It's also called Barbie toes. And what it does is it allows you the opportunity to have the experience of both flexing and pointing because each has their benefit. Like you don't have to choose anymore. You can do both with the floint. So find that And then notice, like, holy cow, this is a lot of work. Flex and point or floint both of your feet. Keep the knees reaching for one another. Keep the belly button pulling in, the chest lifted. And if you can keep this, then reach the arms for the feet. Breathe. Bring the feet back down to the mat. Hug the knees into the chest. Amazing job. Sometimes I don't even feel that in my abs. I feel it in the tops of my thighs by trying to keep the knees together. That counts as core. We're just not used to it being abs. Nice deep breath here. And then we're going to transition down onto the mat, but the goal is to do it as slowly as you possibly can. So before you go, I'll show you. It's done the same way, feet on the mat, knees bent, and the feet need to stay in contact with the ground. And what happens is people do really great. Yeah, they take their time here, and then it starts to get hard. So they go down really quick. The goal is that last, like, I don't know, 10 centimeters is done the slowest you possibly can. So bend the knees, feet stay touching the floor the whole time. Reach the arms forward, spread the fingers wide, engage the arms, engage the core, lift the chest. Now, slowly start to lean back, keep the chest lifted, keep the feet on the mat, take your time. When it gets hard, slow down. Keep lifting the chest, keep the feet on the mat. Here we go. Keep going slow, 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 slow. You got this. Keep the feet on the mat. Keep going slow. You got this. Core engaged, arms engaged. And then slowly release. If it feels good, you can hug your knees into your chest and just take a moment. Take a kick-ass moment because you've been kicking ass. And if you straighten out your legs, bend your knees and walk your heels towards your bum, just towards your bum. You want the heels to be underneath your knees, not touching your bum. And bring your arms down alongside your body with the palms face down. Put the weight into your feet and lift your bum up into the air. Now squeeze your bum cheeks. Notice that the knees, once again, want to separate. They want to pull apart from one another. So engage the inner thighs and pull the knees towards one another. Lift up your toes. Squeeze your bum. Lift your hips up even higher. And breathe. One thing that yogis don't do is squeeze their bum enough. So they're famous for having flat bums. So really just squeeze your bum and vow not to have a yogi flat bum, nor to let any of your students have a yogi flat bum. And keep pulling the knees towards one another. Keep engaging the butt cheeks. Squeeze them hard. Option to interlock the fingers behind your back and bring the shoulder blades down the spine. Lift up even higher. Squeeze even harder. Breathe. And then slowly release. Start to return back down to the mat. Round the spine. Take your time. Slow everything down. Notice just what you do on the mat, you do off the mat. So if we just spent some time really squeezing our butts, as hard as we've ever squeezed them in our life, it's tiring. So, do you rush just to get your butt back down to the ground so you can rest? Do you want to make yourself as comfortable as you possibly can? Or do you take your time? Are you slow and mindful as you come out of the pose? Just start to notice. There's no right, there's no wrong. There's just noticing. And that idea of what you do on the mat, you do off the mat, is also related to how you do anything, is how you do everything. So if you rush out of a posture on your mat, you probably rush out of many things off your mat, and it's okay. None of this is to be like, oh, I'm such a loser. The idea is to become aware. Oh, I do that. And then make a conscious decision. Because if you want to do that, that's fine. But make sure you're consciously doing that. You're choosing to rush out of the posture. Or start to create a different story. Bring your arms out to shoulder height, palms face down, and bring your knees up into your chest. And then let them fall all the way over to the right. Bring them all the way down to the mat and keep both of your shoulder blades on your mat. So, if your shoulder blades come up, it just means that the knees need a little bit of a propping, and you can do that with a pillow, you can do it with a block, you can do it with your freaking water bottle if you want. There's no excuse ever to be out of alignment. Take the time. And remember that, like, come back to that whole concept. If you're out of alignment on your mat, chances are you're out of alignment off of your mat. It's okay. It's just time to be aware. Really just let go here and breathe. And just bring your awareness back and bring your head back into center. Engage the core. Bring your knees back in the center. And then let the knees fall to the other side. Same instructions. You want both of your shoulder blades flat on the mat. If the knees touch the ground, but the shoulder blades lift, then just prop the knees up. Option to turn the head to look over the right shoulders and just notice and pay attention to and feel the twist in the spine. Just bring your head back into center. Engage your core. Bring your knees back into center. Hug them in. Interlock your fingers around your shins. Pull your knees up towards your knee, or your head up towards your kneecaps. Really squeeze your body around your spine. Release your head back down to the mat. Bring the soles of your feet up to face the ceiling. Take a hold of the outer edges of your feet and pull your knees down towards the ground. Come into happy baby pose. Breathe. And just take a moment here to think about, what does your body need or want from you right now? Is there a posture that you would like to do? Feel free to do that. And then when you are ready, make your way into your Shavasana pose. Walk your feet away from you until your legs are flat. Let your feet fall open. And bring your arms alongside your body with your palms face down, face up. Push the back of your head into your mat, roll your shoulders down your spine. Start to relax your body, beginning with the top of your head. Relax your forehead and feel your eyes grow wide. Feel your eyes sink into the back of your head. Relax your cheeks. Relax your jaw. Let the tongue fall from the roof of the mouth. Relax your throat and your neck. And let any tension ooze out of the tops of your shoulders onto your mat and away from you. Relax the muscles that run along your spine. Relax your arms, your wrists, and your hands. Relax your chest and your abdomen, and let your hips be wide. Relax your thighs and your knees and your shins and your calves. Your ankles and your feet. Bring some awareness back into your breath. Start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Turn your head from side to side. Pull your knees up into your chest, hug them in. Maybe roll from side to side. Just eventually rolling all the way over onto your right side. Use your bicep as a pillow. Use the strength of your left hand to push yourself all the way up to seated. Keep your eyes nice and heavy. When you get here, roll your shoulders down your spine. Rest your hands on your knees or your thighs. And take a nice, long, slow, deep breath in through your nose. And let it out with a sigh. Let's do that 3 more times. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Bring your hands together at the center of your chest. Bow your head. Thank you all so much for allowing me to guide you through your practice this morning. My heart to yours. Namaste.